Parsha Vashilach. There's a famous word in this Parsha called Shechem, and it's going to reflect all through the Parsha. We know Shechem for one very big reason. Shechem took the daughter of Yaakov forcibly, but Shechem played a very pivotal role in the history of the Jewish nation. People are not aware of it. They see it all over the place. We're going to wrap it up in short time. Shechem means segment or portion. Shechem was a place which influenced those who lived there to feel important, to feel worthy. These traits can be of the greatest in a person or of the worst characteristics that a person has to offer. Our sages teach us that one should consider that the whole world was created just for him or her. But the same characteristic, when one becomes arrogant and simply unable to listen to criticism, that person becomes like Esav, completely beyond any rebuke or correction. They don't want to hear it. The dangers of arrogance and utter inflexibility is a guaranteed formula for destruction. The trait of being a Shechemite, we call it, may overpower anything a person does. It ruins lives. It destroys success. So now let's take a 5-point history look of how Shechem affected the Jewish people historically. So we're going to go back into history. Abraham in Parshas Lech Lecha was commanded by Hashem to do what? He says, go to a place I'm going to show you. Where was he shown? To go to Shechem. It was a place where Terach went because he was a son of Shem. He was a descendant of Shem, and that was his portion. Hashem appeared to Avram and blessed him in Shechem, which is part of Canaan. And that was promised to Abraham to give to his descendants. The second point in the Parsha, Yaakov and his family faced destruction when he met Esav. And a miracle happened because Esav was bent on destroying Yaakov. Rashi explains that Esav's 400 men slipped away one by one. Angels came and intimidated Esav's men who were scared to fight. And that explains why they made their quiet exit out of the sight of Esav, saving Yaakov, his family, and the whole Jewish nation. It was a huge miracle. The third thing that happened in our history, Yaakov then went and bought land in the city of Shechem, our point right now. And as we started our story, the unspeakable happened. His daughter was taken forcibly by Shechem. He not only wanted Dinah for her physicality, let's say, but he wanted a portion of Yaakov's life. He wanted to be part of the Jews. But we learned that a convert should feel that joining the Jewish people is a privilege. Yet Shechem felt what? That he deserved to be there. He had a right. But that's not how it goes. So he and his family were totally destroyed by the brothers Shimon and Levi. The fourth point in our history, Shechem was the place where the brothers sold Yosef. Why? Because of their refusal to listen to Yosef's dreams, that one day he will be leading them. And what happened? This was a destruction for all time. They chose to get rid of Yosef in order to express how important they were over Yosef. We have been paying that price for what those brothers did for all time. And finally, the fifth part of our history is the nation was split when Yerovam ben Nevat refused to bow to the authority of the new king Rechavam ben Shlomo. And the Beis Hamikdash, they didn't honor as well. So Rechavam was coronated in Shechem, where he should have been coronated in Yerushalayim. And that was of the greatest tragedies in the history of the Jewish people. Why? because the nation split, which has crippled the Jewish people from that time until today. Finally, Shechem is also the burial place of Yosef, because Yaakov gave Yosef an extra portion in Israel, because Yaakov was promised by Yosef that after Yaakov would be returned to Israel, he'd be buried in Israel and not in Egypt. Shechem, for some reason, empowers citizens for the good, and as well, we see the bad. Shechemites, we call them, have many remarkable qualities. We cannot again forget that we can consider the whole world was created for each and every one of us. However, we must fight arrogance and utter inflexibility, contrasted with humility. We must strike a balance as we see the utter destruction of arrogance can have on everybody. And we of the Jewish people are affected until this very day.